Hey, welcome to Club California Cutie. Y'all know what it is. We about to get into this Married to Medicine episode 3 in season 12. The Players Ball, baby. It's going down at the Players Ball, okay? So let me run this intro and let's get into it. All right. My bad, y'all. I don't have it set up for my intro. My bad. Here it come, y'all. Here it come. Let's go.
So let your hair down, get your life. You must be feeling like this your night. So do your thing, girl, it's alright. You're doing everything that I like. So let your hair down, get your life. You must be feeling like this your night. So do your thing, girl, it's alright. You're doing everything.
Hey. What's going on? No. I don't know. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I don't know why my computer is acting the way it's acting right now, but it's acting real slow. Real slow. What up, y'all? Here I am. Let me just make myself bigger because dang, what is the going ons here? What is the going ons? And I don't know what in the world my computer is doing. Hey, y'all. I am California Cutie. Welcome to Club California Cutie, where everybody gets in free and everybody is VIP, y'all. Everybody, okay? So, yeah, y'all, thank y'all for rocking with me today. Please, let's take care of the business. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to my channel. Please tell a friend. Share my content. You might know somebody that watches Married to Medicine or some of the other shows that I review. Let them know that I am here. Make sure that your notification bell is on all. And then that way, every time I upload and every time I drop a premiere or even go live, you will be in the know. Okay? All right, I think I took care of all that business. Like I told you guys, we are here to recap and review Married to Medicine, season 12, episode 3, The Players Club. No, not the Players Club, The Players Ball, okay? So yeah, that's what we're getting into today. Hey, Happy New Year, okay? This is my first live of the new year on my own channel by myself. Me and Barb, we did our review of Salt Lake City today. So go check that out if you are interested. I don't know why I am ticking. I cannot stand that my computer wants to act up when I go live or when I'm about to record. My apologies ahead of time. This is why sometimes I go dormant or go into my avatar because all that ticking gets on my nerve. So I'm just gonna do that. I don't know if you guys notice, I am doing the 70s look. I'm trying to be, clear about my thing. I'm trying to be clear, I got my little 2 Afro puffs. Let me put my pinky out while I drink my yakety yak. Don't talk back. Yeah, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing today. So again, Happy New Year. I hope everyone has a prosperous, blessed, better year than last year, okay? I want everybody to have the best year that they can possibly have. Set good goals, obtainable goals, and just, stick to it. Stick to your goals. It's cool. It's cool. I'm going to go off camera because I can't deal with the... Y'all, I'm sorry. I can't deal with me ticking. So I know you guys can't. So I'm just going to go off camera. I just wanted to show you guys my pretty little outfit and my pretty little face for a hot second. And we are definitely going to get into this recap and review. Let me pull my notes up. That's the wrong notes, honey. We are not. Yes. Okay. So like I said, we are here to do season 12, episode 3, The Players Ball. Hold on a second, y'all. Give me one hot momento. Give me one hot momento. Okay. Um, Drop in the comment section, a couple of your I don't like to really call them resolutions, some of your goals for this upcoming year. What you guys got going on that you changing up this year that you would like to share with Cutiee? Because I would like to know to see if we have some of the same goals. I know um, one of my goals is to get monetized and um, to get on YouTube way more regular than I do. And so that I can get monetized, because that's how you get monetized. Shout outs to Jamie, that's me. She's gave the best advice one day, and she was just saying it in just not nothing in like so serious, but she was saying, you know, the only thing she can tell you is just to be consistent. And I was like, that's so true. I mean, what else can you do? What else is there to do but to do that? And so with that, I was like, yeah, I need to get way more consistent. So that's where we at with it. And so yeah, I just want to change up the background since I'm not gonna be in camera. I want to go ahead and change the background for you guys a little bit. And so let's get into the notes. And I do got a couple little pics for you guys. So that's another cool thing, that at least you guys won't have to watch my avatar forever or just concentrate on the avatar, okay? So the episode starts off with some little short clips. We always get the little short clips. We get Dr. Heavenly talking to her son about having some grandkids, and he says, Mom, not like that. Don't take this the wrong way, but I like a lot of girls. He in them streets, at this moment. And Dr. Heavenly told him to get him one good woman like his mama. I said, girl, I know one thing. Y'all let me know in the comments. Do y'all think that Heavenly's sons are dating women like their mother? Like, or do you think that they are dating someone completely opposite of their mother? Inquiring minds would like to know. Anywho, then we get Dr. Simone with her patient telling her she needs to take her iron pills. Oh, I remember those days, being pregnant and having to take iron pills, and them telling you, yeah, it might constipate you, and it does. And so she tells her, yeah, you're gonna be full of shit, but it's okay. And I'm like, yeah, it is. It's okay. You'll be all right. Then we get to Dr. Brandy's office, where she's, doing her patient's lips injections. And her client tells her that her boyfriend wants to know when she'll be able to use her lips. Get out of here. Me get on my nerves sometimes. I'm using my lips every day. I talk. You don't see me using my lips? What are you talking about? Anyway, Dr. Brandy told her, don't be coming over here. Don't be having to mess up my work. You know what I mean? You better be going by your post-op, all your do all the things that's on your list. You know what I mean? So that man better step back. Let him heal first, sir. So now we get the record scratches, and we get these pair of white shoes that start walking up, right? And the song's like, soul searching, soul searching. I said, wait a minute, what the hell are you? So yeah, we get these white Saturday Night Fever shoes, walking up with this iridescent sequence jumpsuit and an afro and some sunglasses. And come to find out, it's Miss Ma'am. It is none other than Dr. Contessa, okay? Dr. Contessa, as Heavenly calls her. She's meeting with Toya and her event planner. She is throwing herself a players ball. That's where we get the players ball, okay? She's turning 49. She's a 70s baby like myself. Um, so she's gonna do a theme party and she wants to do a players ball. And so she shows up in this outfit, and Toya's like, what in the world is going on? And Contessa's like, well, we're 70 babies, so I'm just trying to get in and I like that she's in the spirit of going to look at this event space and getting into not like character, but feeling the moment. And so Toya said, yeah, we don't need to let everybody know that we are 70 babies. And I don't have a problem with anyone knowing that I'm a 70s baby and I'm early 70s. I'm 72. Okay. So yeah. So Contessa said this is her first birthday party ever. Okay. And she's throwing her own birthday party. And it's not, I don't have a problem with her throwing her own birthday party. I mean, for the most part, don't most people throw their own birthday parties usually? Unless it's a surprise birthday party, you usually throw your own party. I don't really see a big deal. And this moment, right in this moment, we're right here in the planning party area of it all, I don't feel like it's a big deal. But, uh, I might have to agree with Toya because Toya was concerned. She was like, that concerns me. I don't know if I'm happy or sad about her throwing her first birthday party at 49. And I'm like, well, because I was trying to figure out why wouldn't she wait till she's doing her 50th birthday? I mean, most people would do their 50th birthday party, but I guess, well, she explains, that she didn't want to end, I guess, her first half of her life, meaning under 50, and without having a birthday party. I guess that's what that was about. But I don't know. I just would have waited to my 50th birthday party. That's just me. I had not big, but I had a 50th birthday party. So it was cool and I loved it. And I've had many get togethers, but not like nothing where I went and rented a place and did all that. I'm with Simone. I'm not trying to spend, I think less is more sometimes. So anyway, I already told you I don't think really nothing's wrong with Contessa throwing her own party. And I do agree that with Toya when she was like, I'm not sure, how to feel about that. Contessa says her budget is $40,000 for this party. And I'm thinking, I mean, is it because you're in your 40s? Why you just didn't make it $49,000, a $49,000 party then? I mean, since we being so cliche with the numbers and things, you know what I mean? So she got a $40,000 budget. Toya thinks that's a rather large budget, and for Toya to think that's a rather large budget, that's saying a lot because Toya, does lavish parties, as we all know. I'm not sure what she spends on her parties and what's the most she spent on her just parties or gatherings, but Toya knows how to spend some money and she knows how to throw lavish parties. So for her to think that was a little overboard, I was like, that's crazy. Contessa was like, oh, wait, is that too low? And I'm thinking, girl, are you crazy? Toya says, no, that's too high. In the moment, I was like, how dare Toya tell anybody about how much to spend on a birthday party? Because I just told y'all she always throws lavish parties herself. But then it made sense because Eugene is waiting on Contessa's medical building to be finished so he can start renting from her. So from the wife's point of view of somebody that is trying to get him in this space, yeah, I don't want to hear about you spending $40,000 when your your medical building is not up and ready to run. So I kind of understood where Toya was going with that. Okay. Uh, so what else is going on? So do you guys think that Toya was out of line for questioning the budget, or do you guys think that she was in her rightful, not mine, but in her rightful right to ask or even tell contestant like, yeah, girl, you going overboard. That's too much. It's a bit too much. Contestants hoping that the theme party will have everybody feeling a way where everybody will be in good spirits and come with good attitudes, and you know the party should, we everybody come in, what they think he's talking like, hey baby, what's going on, baby? You need to come in fully themed, head to toe, all the way in. So I feel contestant when she says that, like, y'all, why wouldn't y'all come in with, on some good high hopes? Toya hopes that Heavenly comes in with a better attitude than she came in to the dance studio that Jackie had them go to in the last episode. Toya says she just had she just really had an epiphany. She was like, wait a minute, everybody was high in the 70s, right? And they was like, oh yeah, yeah. So I'm not mad. Everybody take an edible. Is there some happy Eddie around? You know, maybe that's probably what everybody kind of needs or something. As I sip my cognac, I think everybody needs to edible or something like that, because maybe the party will move a little smoother. So now we head over to Miss Quad, Miss Quad, Miss Quad, Miss Quad. Excuse my lighting on Mr. King. Those are my Christmas lights on my bedroom patio door, and they lit his face and his body up a little bit. So forgive me. And I love that Bob color on Miss Quad. And I also love the Bob. She looks cute all the time. I just love me some Quad. She's one of my faves. I just love to watch her talk, even though sometimes she's, dramatic, and I love it still. I just always love Quad, and I loved her with Mariah. Shout out to Mariah, because I still miss her on this show. Anyway, we go over to Miss Quad's house, and King and her are having a discussion about him eating all her leftovers and stuff. And we're finding out a lot more about Mr. King and some of his ways. Him eating her leftovers, that's not sometimes a big deal. But if you don't have your own leftovers, you might want to ask her, babe, can I have some of your leftovers? Are you sharing your leftovers? Babe, can we share your leftovers? I'm still hungry, whatever the case may be. But don't just go eating up nobody's leftovers without asking them, because that's their leftovers, and they call leftovers for a reason, because I left them over for me to have. So I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling a lot of things that I will speak on in this specific episode. That King, I got my good eye on you, and that's the one on my forehead, not my two in the sockets. Okay, so it ain't looking real nifty for you, bruh. So anyway, you know that they are on the IVF journey. So Quad and King know a woman that is 46 years old and had triplets. And Quad wanted to know immediately where did she go to get her IVF treatment and everything. So she finds out that the lady had went to Ghana to do her IVF. So Quad and King is taking their journey to Ghana. Dr. Jackie will still be a part of the team that Quad has. Dr. Jackie will be part of the state, this state, in the Georgia state, in the states of, America. And she will be responsible for all Quad's lab tracings. And right now they have had 2 egg retrievals. And in the confessional, King says he spent his whole life, his whole life trying to dodge this bullet. What? What you say, sir? I'm trying to understand. Did you say you waited your your whole life? You've been dodging a bullet your whole life?
What you talking about, huh?
Bro, hey, that's crazy. I don't even understand. How the hell? What you talking about? Well, I don't understand. What you mean dodging a bullet? You guys are trying to have a baby. Don't call that baby no bullet. Are you crazy? Quad, are you listening? Are you listening with your ears and not your cooch? Because I'm gonna need you to listen to with your ears, okay? Sheesh, my goodness. So anyway, Quad says, "Oh no, it's a blessing. Yeah, it's a blessing in disguise, not a bullet in disguise. I mean, a bullet, right?" Quad asked him, how many more eggs you think they should get. Quad says, at least she thinks they should get at least 4. And King was quick to say, I think you should get 6 because I don't want to have to go through this again. Sir, excuse me, what are you going through? You're not getting stuck. You're not getting no eggs retrieved. You're actually having a good old time doing what you do to get the babies here. What are you talking about? Men get on my nerves sometimes with their thinking and oh, I don't want to do this. I don't want to have to do this again. Sir, she don't either. She's having the bad end of the stick. No pun intended, but that's what it is. Kwa says she don't want to go through this either. She doesn't like sticking herself. She's dreading going back there, excuse me, right now to go stick herself. So, sir, step back, get back, jump back, and be quiet. And so King tells Quad that she's getting snappy when she's going through this IVF. She says she's getting really emotional and she's, been crying a lot. So right before she goes to prep to go take her shot, King says he got to get ready for the next 24 hours of hell. Boy, if you don't get your earth you about to go through in the next 24 hours, don't tell me about my mood swing. Don't tell me about nothing unless you poking your penis or poking your stomach and tell me how you act in the next 24 hours. What is wrong with this dude? Quad, this is making me very uneasy. Quad, you are really a smart woman. Quad, I know you want your baby, but I hope you want your baby and that is your baby and his maybe, okay? And I don't mean that like, oh, maybe that's the baby father. I mean, oh no, maybe he just might not be around like you gonna be around. So hey, take it as you take it. Take your donation of your donation of his fertilizer, as Erica De Niro would call it. Okay, shout out to Erica De Niro, and yeah, take his fertilizer and do what you may with it. Cause he wrong as hell, and I can't wait to I already know they eating him up in every comment, anywhere. Cause he's not. It's not cool. So anyway, now we move on to Contessa arriving to her venue, and she's recruited, I guess, Brandy to come help her. Um, to she let me just put this up this real quick just to get these peoples off. Let's get them peoples off, people. Hit the like button, please, and thank you. All right, let's put the players in the players ball. Okay. So let me put my nose back up too. So we have Contessa. She's getting getting stuff out of her truck, and she's dressed again. I don't have a picture of it because I just didn't take a picture of it. I did, but I just didn't post it. But she's now in another sequence gown type deal, and she's dressed to impress. And Brandy's like, I'm feeling a little underdressed. And Contessa's just like, no, I'm just literally dressed because I'm just trying to put it out into the universe. How, if I get into the mood and get into the theme and feel the players ball, then maybe the universe will bless me back. And I feel that because sometimes it is what you put out. But you also have to remember you can't just put the day of and put things onto the universe and think everything's gonna go swelly nelly. What's gonna happen is you need to do that all the time and with that in mind every day, so that things will just go smoothly all the time, not in the days that you need it to go smooth. And that's where people go wrong. But I digress. Time to sip my cognac because we're at the Players Ball. Okay. So we get into the venue, and everything is coming together. It's looking good. The ladies is right here is when it is the Players Ball. The this sign and everything was done. But when we walked in, it wasn't quite done yet. But it was coming together. They had some of the balloons together. They didn't have the gold balloons, but they had the silver balloons together. So Contessa was loving that. And something that was super duper uber cool cute that I fell in love with was her album. I should have worn my shirt. Dang, I didn't think about it. I mean, I thought about it. Okay, but because I'm ticking, I would have been off camera anyway. But I was gonna wear my Soul Train shirt because of the 70s theme. But literally, I love this record. Like if I could have this with my name on it, even if it just said California Cutiee on it, even if it said Melinda on it, if it just said Lynn on it, I got a gang of nicknames, y'all. Sorry, but literally, I would love that. I thought that was super. Oh my goodness, it was super duper cute. So, so Contessa, says that she wished that Scott would be like, "What can I do to help?" Hold on. Let me just see. She was like, I wish he would, be like, what can I do to help? She says he just doesn't connect in that way. Contessa offers Brandy some advice and says, don't ever say you got this, like I got this. Basically because you create a thing in the man's head that you don't need his help, and that will carry on throughout the relationship. Brandy says she's gonna have to talk to Scott. I guess she's gonna talk to Scott to let him know that he needs to step it up. But here's the thing, Contessa, you're giving her that advice as if you and your husband have it all together, and nobody has it all together. Nobody married has it all together. But please don't give advice when you ain't even that advice that you gave her, you don't even have that going on for yourself. So, and I get it, but you've been, like you said, you've almost been married 20 years and she's been married almost half of that. Your advice is it's like 10 years too late. Literally, because after 10 years, like they're not set in their ways, but we're all getting older and we're all, changing. But for the most part, we're still the same married people. and you married who you married. And if you didn't started off like that, you telling her that in 10 years into their relationship, even though I think Brandy's relationship is fine, I don't know. We haven't got so deep into it, but I don't see a problem just yet. Anyway, well, we get Dr. Mimi and Angel getting glammed up, and Angel says she doesn't know what to expect. Dr. Mimi says, expect the unexpected. Angel asked Dr. Mimi if she was a 70s baby. She was like, no. I'm like, are you crazy? Y'all crazy. That was funny. Neither one of them babies are 70s babies. And we all know that they're not. We can already tell. Let me put back up the players ball until I'm ready to jump over to when we get to the players ball, because I'm still on my nerves. I don't like it like that. But anyway, so I'm still on my notes. Let me get back to them. Thank you guys again for rocking with me. Hit the like button and all that good stuff. So we get Jackie and Heavenly, and they're piecing together their outfits for the players' ball. And Dr. Jackie said she was a young kid in the 70s, and everybody was running wild and free and sexually, running wild and free sexually. And so was herpes and hepatitis. So we paid for the freedom, child. I said, well, Dr. Jackie, you just said you was a kid, so all that stuff didn't even affect you. Why are you telling us? I know that's a doctor in you, but child, stop it. Don't we, girl, we get it. Girl, stop. Girl, shut up. Now you getting all things was going on. Yeah, they were happy and free and sexing. Okay, so what? So what? So everybody is arriving to the party. Okay, so this is where I need to get back up over here. Let's pull these people up. Let's pull these people up. Okay, so people are arriving to the party, right? So this is, of course, Dr. Mimi, and we have Angel, and we also have Dr. Mimi's husband, Steve. Okay, so we got Silky Steve Supreme. We have Lady Silk Supreme, Dr. Mimi, and we have Angel Dynamite. Okay, so they were cute, and we also get what's my friend? Oh no! I'm sorry. Let's go here. Not there. Not there. Catch up, computer. Catch up, computer. Hello? Can you catch up? Can you catch up? Let's go do it one more time. Add to the stage. Okay, here we go. So we have Brandy and her husband. So we have Boogie Down Brandy and Cool Breeze. And Cool Breeze is about right, because the only thing that I see that's kind of 70s and is his Kango hat, I guess. It fell a little short. It could have been better. Even Brandy's outfit could have been better, but it was serving 70. She had a little bell bottom in her pant. She had a little bell bottom in her pant. And then we also have Curtis and Dr. Jackie, and we also have Dr. Heavenly Delight, Cadillac Slim, and we also have Boss Lady Jackie Blaze. Hey, that's my granddaughter's name. Hi, Blaze. Anyway, so people are arriving to the party, to the Piers Ball. Okay. And so hold on, because my notes is not with my notes are not all with what's going on. So before we get into my notes, let me pull up everybody. So I just showed you guys Curtis and his two Dr. Heavenly called him she called him his hoes. I think she said he got his hoes. I think that's what she said. Y'all let me know. I think it was that. It was something derogatory. And I was like, wait, what? And I know Dr. Jackie didn't hear him, but yeah. And then we have Dr. Eugene in pink from head to toe. And we have Miss Toya with her, I feel like this was more 80s feeling to me, but hey, if she felt like this was more 70s, do your thing, girl, do your thing. So we have them. They gave their nicknames by themselves. Like when Eugene got out the car, I don't even know because I didn't take a picture of it. I needed a picture of them together, so I didn't have to do too much of the picturing thing. But I was like, I didn't get his name and I didn't get Toya's name, but I did get them two together. And then we also have a picture of Quad and King. Okay, so we have quadraphonic. I said quadramatic. That would have been dope. But we got quadraphonic, and then we also have mapped out majesty, which is Mr. King. Okay, so those are a few of the picks that I have right now. I'm gonna need y'all to do me a big old favor. I'm gonna need y'all to do me just a little favor. Handle this for me. So, yeah, I just want to show you guys a couple of pictures because my notes are not matching up completely with what's going on. But I also want to show you guys. Whoa, my computer's acting up, y'all. So sorry. That's not even the picture that I pulled up. It literally is froze on that picture for whatever reason. That is not. Yeah, that was the picture that I want to put up, which is Dr. Simone Fat Stacks and Mac Daddy, Cecil. They arrived, and Simone said she loved this era. She loved her white go-go boots. She looked cute because she had on the white go-go boots with the mini dress, so she looked cute. And then Cecil, yeah, he was Ceciling. So, excuse me, let me get back to my notes. I will leave them up for a minute. Because Curtis ends up taking a picture with Simone, and Simone, another lady, and Cecil was in this picture as well. So the two guys on the outside, two ladies on the inside, and Simone is kind of clowning with Cecil. You ain't gotta not try to get too close. And Curtis is like, yeah, you've heard the rumors, you know what I mean? So, they were poking fun at it or whatever. Even see they went over there and talk, was clowning with Dr. Jackie and telling them, like we took a picture and I had to tell Curtis, he ain't gotta not touch me, we good or whatever. So, okay, that was that. And then we get Daddy. Now, here's the thing. How they gonna call you daddy? Not everyone, but how your wife call you daddy all the time and you come in dressed like this to the costume party? Damon comes in solo, and because Dr. Heavenly, remember, she came in with Curtis and Dr. Jackie. He come in solo and in this polo shirt and these blue pants. Nothing 70s about his outfit. Like nothing. He could have put on an afro. He could have put on a brim hat. He could have put a fedora on. He could have used a cane. I don't know. It's like no crowd participation from Dr. Damon at all. So of course, Dr. Heavenly said she should have got him a pimp outfit. I said, pimp outfit? This is a players ball. This ain't a pimp place. I mean, it is pimps and players, but this is a players ball. So anyway, Dr. Damon said he wouldn't even have worn it anyway. So that would have been a waste of time, money, and effort. So I'm with Eugene. It's a costume party, my dude. Like it's a costume party. I don't understand. And so I already said all of that stuff. So Dr. Mimi husband was gambling. He was on the crap table, and literally he definitely reminds me of my husband when he used to gamble. He literally hits hard everything. Hard 10, hard 6, hard 8, hard. He'd be like, oh, on the line. What else is in the field? On this, that number, snake eyes. He'd be like, so did you leave anything uncovered? Because you're gonna hit no matter what. You're gonna lose some and you're gonna win some. So literally, Steve, he definitely reminds me of my husband when it came to gambling. But he says he is a recovering gambler. He gave it to the Lord. So Simone and Toya discuss. I'm sorry, I just need to get off my screen, Dr. Damon. Let me put my notes back up. Sorry, y'all. So Simone and Toya discuss how much Contessa spent on her birthday party. Toya tells Simone that Dr. Contessa spent $40,000 on this party. Oh my goodness. Why she tell Simone that? Simone's like, say what now? Looking around like, wait, what? She was like, shoot, the most I've ever spent was $5,000, and that was for both my sons' graduation because they graduated together. So she was like, wasn't no frills, no thrills, I ain't need no photographer. I didn't need none of that. I didn't need the frills. Girl, bye. That's what the phones is for. Toya made a good point saying that Contessa kids will be graduating in a couple of years from high school. So she definitely feels like $40,000 was a bit much to spend, when looking back that she's got to, fork out some money for the high school year and the, senior year and all that stuff, college. Getting ready for college and stuff. I already told y'all, Toya, goes all out for her for her birthday, for any parties. And so she literally was looking around talking about $40,000. Where did she spend $40,000? So Brandy says to Contessa, Brandy says to, because who's standing there is, it's, oh my gosh, Simone, Toya, Dr. Mimi, and Brandy. And so Brandy says Contessa could have had a wedding for the amount of money she spent. Toya says, I spent $75,000 on my wedding. Dr. Mimi said, well, what year was that? That fool Toya said, shut your mouth. Now that was the most 70 thing that I heard someone say all night. Like nobody was talking in baby or any player talk. So that was one of the things to me that was something that was out the 70s. Shut your mouth. So Contessa and her family, they arrive to the party. Okay, so this is what Contessa had on, and her son and one of the daughters. And of course, Scott is head to toe with, trying to be a player because, he wants everybody to think that I showed up for my wife. I did what I needed to do for my wife. Yeah, okay. You did the bare minimum and it's okay. And even if you forked over some money, that's still the bare minimum. And correct me if I'm wrong. Did anybody see the gift that he got his wife? Because usually we see an elaborate gift. And since you did not help that much with the party other than giving up money, was that her birthday gift? Did you not get her a gift? Because why we didn't see no gift? That made me mad. I was like, ugh. You didn't get your wife no gift? What you do? Give her some money? Oh, that's probably why they said the birthday money. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. Anyway, Contessa says Scott didn't plan this party, so he better not try to take no credit. Scott says Scott knew to let the Contessa plan her own party so she can have it the way she wanted it. Contessa told him, "Don't cop out now." You know what I mean? Toya clowned Scott about throwing the party. He was. Oh, let me show y'all when Dr. Contessa and them. This is the other picture of when they walked in. She walked in the party, looking good. Yeah, she looked good, and everything. And then here go my boy Q. Shout out to Funky Dineva. He was in the building at the party. It was at the Players Club. It was at the Players Ball. I don't see you in your 70s gear per se, but hey, maybe it was a last minute thing. Maybe you just said, I'm just gonna show up. So right here, get back to my niggity notes. Toya gets the clowning. She clowns Scott about throwing the party, and what a good job he did. Cecil clocked it and was like, that was shade. That was shade. That was shade. Cecil, what was it? It was shade. That was shade. And what you gonna do? Nothing. Just take it. Sit there and take it, just like you did. Heavenly tells Dr. Mimi and Angel that their generation got messed up. Is messed up, and that the 70s babies, our generation, my generation, Gen X, we know how to keep our man. We know how to bend over. And Jackie, she had an air mic. She was like letting Dr. Heavenly talk, so she has an air mic. She putting the air mic to her, and Dr. Heavenly is like, Dr. Jackie's like, got the mic like that, doing like that, and then bringing the mic back. And as soon as she said, "Yeah, we bend over," Dr. Jackie was like, "Wait a minute." She's like, "No, we bend over backwards for them, and we do we bend over backwards." And she gave her the air mic back. I said, "Yeah," because I didn't know what the hell she was talking about. Ain't nobody just bending over. What was talking about? Girl, not me. So, do you guys agree with that? Do y'all agree that my generation, Generation X, knows how to keep a man? Or is the young and which generation knows how to keep a man, and which generation is least likely to keep a man? Please put that in my comments and let's talk and discuss. So anyway, Eugene updates the fellas don't know. I took a lot of pictures and I guess I just didn't put them up there. Anyway, Eugene updates the fellas on how he is working away from home 5 days a week. 5 days a week. He drives either 2.5 hours or 5 hours away. And because Curtis was like, yeah, we missed you last week, you know, for whatever it was. I can't think right now. But you know, he was like, yeah, you know, I've just been working. I'm driving and staying, you know, away from home. He's like, you know, but he also mentions that the nurses would love for him to stay at one of their facilities. And everybody, all the men looking around like, the nurses? And Dr. Eugene's like, I wish I wouldn't even. Come on now, y'all being really sexist right now. He didn't say that, but they were being sexist. Just because you hear the word nurse, there are male nurses. Hello. So we get Toya in the confessional, and Eugene says, we do have male nurses. Toya says, what's their names? Eugene says, Nurse Paul. And not only does Nurse Paul is Nurse Paul a man, but he also knows Curtis. I don't know if you want to. Never mind. I'm just joking. No, but he also knows Curtis. So now we get to Scott getting ready to make his announcement for his wife. You know, you see they have changed clothes. They have put on their second outfit for the evening. Their second and last outfit for the evening, right? So Scott makes an announcement for contestants. Hold on. Hit the like button. Sorry, you guys. So yeah, they both have a different outfit on. Scott lets everyone know that this is Contessa's first party in her whole life, and he was basically giving her kudos for getting the party the way she wanted to be done. But the ladies is all looking at him like, yeah, with that little bit you did, and discussing, they just kind of discussing it a little bit, but they just kind of give him the side eye. That's the word I want to use. Because he could have did more. I know he could have did more, and I know he's patting himself on the back because because my wife can do it. Yeah, she can, but you should have took some stuff off her plate. I think the ladies would have preferred him to give her a surprise party. Perhaps. Scott says she's a strong force in our household. He celebrates her for it, and he also shares, a small little story. He just had to have a little story behind, how him and his mom used to watch movies all the time, and that his mom told him that Contessa reminded him of Rose. And everybody's like, Rose, huh? So he says, yeah, Rose, what do you say? Rose will come to Rose from the movie Titanic. You know how she jumped off the boat that was going to save her life, and she would have been able to just go and be free. She jumped back onto the Titanic, not knowing if she was going to live or die with her, beau. So yeah, that's what Scott said that his mom said about her. And so yeah. Hey, that's nice that his mom said that. That's nice. And I'm glad he shared that with his wife. I am. Hit the like button. Sorry, my computer is moving a little bitty. Chill. Contestant thanks everybody. Oh, contestant thanks everyone for showing up. And she's like, let's go party. You know, we got so many rooms and so many things we can do, and everybody's partying and dancing and having a great time. It looks like funners. It does look like funners. So, oh, I must have took that picture down. But anyway, so we get the ladies, you know, they find a spot outside so that they can talk, you know, they want to talk about, you know, what's going on with the party. Toya says, Contessa, why you in prom gear and everyone else is in 70 gear? Contessa says, because I want everybody to be able to spot the birthday girl out, basically. Angel asked Contessa if she wanted Scott to throw the party. Contessa said, the thing of it is that I wanted I wanted to throw a party to celebrate the first half of my life, and she doesn't think that Scott would have fully put it together the way she would have wanted it. Toya says, why couldn't you just tell him what you wanted? And then he just do it. And so Simone jumps in and she says that the wife said, the wife set the tone. She basically was like, yeah, the wife set the tone, and the husbands don't move the bar. We have to move the bar for them. And so I agree with that. To a certain degree, you do. You have to let them know, especially because if they don't pay attention to detail like they should. So yeah, for the most part, you kind of got to lead the way sometimes. So she gave an example about when she had first had Miles, and that first Mother's Day, Cecil didn't even get her a card. And so she had to tell him, you know, you didn't even give me a card. So I'm sure from that day on, she probably got Mother's Day gifts and Mother's Day cards, you know. And she wouldn't have said nothing and just settled the following Mother's Day, she probably wouldn't have got nothing. So she literally is saying, you have to open your mouth and speak if you want something to change or you want something to be done a certain kind of way. So we get Simone in the confessional saying she does feel like she gets taken for granted. Something like that. Contessa wanted to know, how did we get on reevaluating our marriage while we are having having a good time at this amazing party that is going on. And I'm thinking, girl, you just tooting your horn about your party, girl. But okay, it is. It's a nice looking party. I ain't mad. I'm just saying, because she even says in the confessional, like, this is the best party they have ever attended. I said, what? Not this being your first party and you think you've thrown the best party on the planet. Just saying, y'all, stop tooting your horn that tough, girl. And yeah, she was like, yeah, y'all talking about, you know, reevaluating marriages and this amazing party is going on. Toya says, reevaluating our marriages is major. Contessa says, yeah, Scott knows that she handles stuff. So that's probably what he was waiting on. And that's what she did. Contessa says she had a great party. She's very happy. Says, look at how sexist you guys are being. Even in the midst of the party she threw, you guys are being y'all throwing, you know, shade about her husband. She was like, y'all are talking about my husband. And so she stumps off, and it was in a playful manner, but it still was like, y'all, you can tell it's bothering her, and she's trying to make light of it because she said she wanted the party to go a certain kind of way. So she's saying what she needs to say, but she's being passive aggressive about it. So I don't know if everybody can hear what she was saying. So anyway, Simone and Cecil are headed over to their son's house. So the party is over. The party is over. Okay. And so Simone and Cecil are headed over to their son's condo. You know, Simone is under the impression she's about to go over there and go cook dinner, I'm sure, because they never really have dinner or food made, or she knows that the boys probably know that you're gonna pay for some kind of food because that's just what you do. So we see Miles taking food out of the container, right? Out of a silver tin pan. I'm sorry. I don't know why it keeps doing the dumb thing because that's not what. So let's remove what I put up and then let's put it back on the stage because that's not what I have up. So we have Miles taking food out of the tin pan, right? Can y'all tell me why the paper is still inside the tin pan? Do y'all see the paper? The paper that's inside the tin pan that you're supposed to take out, and it has that big thick piece of glue that you're supposed to pull. It's like silicone, and you wash the pan out, and then you put the food in there. Well, somebody, I don't know which one of these brothers did it, but they put the food on top of the paper that's right there, and now he's raking food onto the plate over this paper. Mm. And they're both college graduates, y'all. I'm I'm trying to be dramatic. I'm sorry. Anywho, um, yeah, that's crazy that they didn't take that paper off. That's crazy. It's like what? So and then Michael ends up bartending. He making drinks like his dad. He think he little baby Cecil. He think he little baby Cecil, but his drink looked good. He had his little shaker. He was doing his thing. So the parents get there. Cecil and Simone were happy to see that the dogs are groomed, and Simone arrives and she's like, "Oh, we making food? What we doing?" And come to find out, the sons have surprised them with what they call a graduation celebration for them because they already threw the graduates a party. So Michael says, y'all gave us a graduation party, so this is our graduation party for y'all. In the confessional, we get Simone and Cecil saying they are proud of the boys getting their degrees. Simone said, but now it's time for bills, bills, bills. She didn't turn into Destiny Child. Simone asked Michael, how does it feel to have um one less thing on his plate? I know my phone, my computer's about to act up. Hold on, y'all. She asked Michael, how does it feel to have one less thing on his plate? Michael says, it feels like nothing. It feels like nothing. Whoa. Uh, hmm. That made me. I was like, wait a minute. It 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 feels like nothing. Hmm. Michael says, remember in high school we talked about getting the Jeep, and the Jeep was cool. The Jeep was cool. Boom, we got the Jeep. Boom, but now we say now we starting not to feel the Jeep. We start to not feel the Jeep as much. not, as much. It's not being as cool as it was now. Simone says, "Oh, really? So what makes it not so cool?" Michael says, "I know you're tired of seeing it." And she's like, yeah, I've been tired of seeing it." She's like, "I've been tired of seeing it." Simone says, "Yes, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm tired of seeing it." He was like, "Well, he says, well, what we do need, no, Simone says, well, what we need to do is look at your financial situation to see if you could afford to make any payments." Simone gets out, she gets up out of her chair and she's going to go get her iPad because she's been doing some of the numbers. She's been doing some of the numbers. And you see the look of entitlement on this baby's face. You see Michael with the entitlement look. Okay. Simone, like I said, she went to go get her iPad and she was like, I got some numbers. I've been figuring some numbers out. And so she put, I put together a few figures. And so Michael says, uh, uh, just want to say before you go get your iPad, make sure whatever you bring out on that iPad is not going to cause me to pick up your pasta off your plate and give it to my dog. Did you just threaten your mother? I know it's in playful and y'all being funny. Oh no. No, we're not doing that. You want something from me, but you gonna try and clown. Ooh. Mm-mm. That ain't even cool. That's not cool. She shouldn't have allowed that to happen. But anyway, Simone basically took out the Chase bill and looked at what Michael spent month by month. Miles tries to step in, like, wait, mom. You know, I know you're trying to give us the numbers and but I feel like we are gonna, go into the wrong direction, mama. And so in the confessional, Simone says that Michael spent over $60,000 by himself with this credit card. Simone says, if I were you and I wanted a car, I wouldn't be arguing with a person that you are asking to buy the car. Someone wants to share this information because I was like, Simone wants to share this. I put someone. Simone wants to share this information because she wants him to know the value of money and not just the value of just swiping an MF card, MF credit card. Simone asked Michael, have you been thinking about law school and how you are going to finance your education? Michael and his Michael says, I do have a mother who makes pretty good money. Simone says she don't feel like she should be footing the bill. Oh, that's sweet. My son. Um, she she shouldn't be footing the bill for anything other than like the roof over his head and things like that, which means the roof over his head, a new car, his food, probably new clothes because he think he should go school shopping like he's in junior high school and stuff like that. Yeah, no, that's its problem now. But hey, I digress. I'm gonna let you have it. Simone says she's the only one at the table to, she's the only one at the table with an actual, hold on, with an actual doctorate degree. And she said, and how she did it is with scholarship money and loans. Michael says, but your mom wasn't able to do, your mom wasn't able to do the things that you can do for us. Give me a second, y'all. The video. Give me 1 second. Okay, so then Michael makes a mistake, a big mistake in my opinion. He makes a big mistake in bringing up, but what about the rich white kids? What about the rich white kids whose parents pay for everything and they get out of college debt free and become millionaires? I'm gonna need him to not bring up nothing about no white kids and what no white kids is doing, and because you ain't white, what do you what difference does it make what's going on in a white family? You need to be more concerned on what's going on in your family and how your family runs and what your mom and your parents do. Don't talk to your parents about what no white kids do. Are you okay? You big dum dum. Shaking my damn head. Simone says, what about all the white people that pay for their kids to go to school? I don't know why I put go to school, be different, but that's not what I want. And then go to school, pay for everything, and still don't do ish. They still ain't did nothing, ain't doing shit, ain't got nothing going on. Cecil says, well, Michael makes a valid point. He has a valid point. We are blessed. We are blessed because we are in a situation where we can help. Someone wants to know who at this table gives up about how hard Simone works instead of trying to move towards retirement. Here go Miles. Me, mommy. I care. I can't look at you because I don't want to look at you and look at dad and look at my brother and I don't know. I care, mom. I was just outdone. I said, wait a minute. This lady, y'all mama, is upset, going off, and y'all literally don't really even care about it. This is how our mom is. That makes me upset because I don't like when people disregard, especially a mother's feelings, when she has to get this pissed off to let y'all know. And I know everybody's like, oh yeah, she's loud and she's this, that, and the third. Yeah, this is probably why, because she's probably tired. And yeah, Simone, you are to blame for most of what's going on with this because evidently you blow up and then you give in to them, but you don't have to stop doing that. That's not healthy for you, Bookie. It's not healthy. So anyway, like she said, ain't nobody worried about me trying to retire. I'm trying to work towards retirement. I can't because you guys are bleeding me dry. So, like I said, Miles said he's worried about his mama. So we get this scene and it's very choppy because this scene that we're talking about right here, because it just certain parts of the scene, Cecil would say something and it didn't go in that part, and it wasn't a complete thought. So I was like, oh, here they go chopping through shit. So yeah, we know this 4-minute talk was literally probably about at least. Well, we do know because I did see that Simone, Cecil, and Michael were on a live, and they were saying that they, discussed this for 45 minutes, and it was cut down to like 3 or 4 minutes, and they resolved it, and the resolve was that basically Michael got a new Tesla. She bought that boy a Tesla, and I'm thinking that is dumb. Not that you bought him a car, it's that you bought him a Tesla when you know what Elon Musk stand for or stood for. It's just, yeah, no. You could have bought him another kind of smart car, in my opinion. Just saying. But back at the lecture at hand, Simone going off, and the fact that they had to come to the internet and tell us that, we're good. You guys, we only get a little couple of minutes of what they really talked about. And I'm like, yeah, that's true, but we still only got what y'all gave us. It's not like they AI'd y'all. This is something you guys said and did. So please miss me with the bull, okay? Cecil says that Michael said he's trying to figure out a way to give back to her. So we didn't get to hear Michael saying how he thinks about every day, how he wants to give back to his mom. Again, they consolidated the scene, and so we're left with slim pickings on whose side to be on, and Simone's outrage is uncalled for, or is Cecil being timid, or is Michael being disrespectful, is Miles being complacent? Like, it's a lot of things that's going on, but we also, like I said, it's been condensed into this, put it together, make it fit, and let it roll. And I don't like when they do that. Not when it comes to a family dynamic. Do that when the girls are arguing and shit. Don't do that with this family. So I don't like that. And like Simone says, if I'm it before he finishes law school, then what's gonna happen then? What's gonna happen then? And Cecil was like, I mean, that could happen because God might take you away. I said, oh God, the drink is kicking. And again, we only getting bits and pieces of what's going on in this scene. So I don't like the choppiness of it. Michael says he is done talking about this. You think you done talking about something, huh? You think you done? Boy, I don't care if I'm sitting in your house. I don't care if I'm sitting at your house that I'm paying for this house because your clothes is in here because you wash your funkin' behind up in this shower. Boy, I own this. Boy, who you talking to? Boy is a white racist word. Boy, if you don't get away from me. I was like, oh, yeah. Who he think he talking to? He said, yeah, I'm done talking about this. Simone says she does not care. She was like, I don't care. I'm done. Simone feels like she is always alone, the lone man out when it comes to the arguing, when it comes to her having a disagreement with her sons. Cecil plays the background because even earlier he was saying to Miles, hey bro, it was so nice for you guys to have food ready, bro. And I get it. That's what, we do that as parents. That's the lingo. We try to be the lingo, but at the same time, why wouldn't you hey son, I really appreciate you guys doing that for me and your mom. We were not expecting that. Bro, you putting yourself on their playing level. And so that's why they're going to talk to their dad the way they talk to their dad. And Simone is always going to be the bad guy because Simone is the one that's reprimanding them, giving them structure. And the male species don't like structure. They just don't. So she feels like it's always 3 against 1. Simone says that the bottom line is that Michael is so entitled and that's what it revealed to her, and she is done. She says she is don't owe them a fucking thing from here. Um, from she said, I don't know you a thing from here. Simone screaming. She's giving them everything she's got to give. I said, girl, and that's too much. You gave them enough that if God forbid something happened to them and they had to come back again, you didn't gave enough for both lifetimes. Okay, that's a lot. So Simone and Heavenly are meeting up. At least I thought it was just a meetup, but it's actually a meetup because they're gonna be celebrating Brandy's birthday. Yeah, we're gonna be celebrating Brandy's birthday. And so let me just take Miss Simone off the screen because you'll see how upset she got. Yeah, she was really, really, really upset. And she had every right to be, in my eyes. She had every right to be. Let me get back to my notes. Like the video. We're almost done. We're in the last scene. And so Simone and Heavenly meet up. Simone shares with Heavenly how the dinner at her son's house went and how she left and how Michael was being an entitled brat. Someone says Simone says, so I'm talking into my phone for the notes, and when I say Simone, it types out someone. Hilarious. Yeah, Michael was being an entitled brat. Simone says she's never said she was paying for law school. Heavenly says, and you shouldn't have to. She don't think you should. She says, I don't think you should. I don't think you should. Simone says Cecil was silent and she gets tired of being the bad cop all by herself all the time. Oh, Simone says she need a break from all the people with the last name Whitmore. If she don't sound like me, I literally, when my kids get on my nerve and my husband is on my nerve, I be like, oh, all of y'all with my last name, even though I literally still have my dad's last name because my dad don't have any sons. So I mean, yes, I have my marriage license, but I still go by my maiden last name. But it's I know I'm married, but I like my married last name and I like it, and I ain't have to change nothing. So literally, when she says, I need to get away from the people with the last name Whitmore, I feel the same way about my last name, and I be feeling it. I say the same thing. I be like, you woo wops, woo. Y'all be doing too much. I feel you on that guy. So Brandy joined the ladies because, like I just said, it's her birthday. It's her 42nd birthday, and Brandy looks good. She looks younger than 42. I think she still looks like she's in her 30s. Um, y'all, y'all can agree, disagree. Y'all can put it in the comments. I don't know. I didn't think she was in her 40s. I mean, the way she talk and speak, yes. Looking at her, no. Um, so like I said, they're meeting up for to celebrate Brandy's 42nd birthday. Brandy shares with Simone and Heavenly before all the other ladies get there that her husband surprised her and said, get you and your friends together, and I want to pay for your dinner and drinks for you and your friends. So Heavenly says, oh, your husband put this together for you? Brandy said, yes. Heavenly says, you think you should, kind of tone it down and not mention that? Brandy says, no, I'm not gonna turn it down, because that's my man, my man, my man, my man. Okay. And she was like, and I got a good man. So I'm not about to water it down for anybody. So Jackie joins the ladies. Contessa and Dr. Mimi arrive. Toya comes in, uh, asking what a party at. Hey, hey, what a party at. And so, and she looked cute. She had her little mini dress on. So she wasn't trying to bend over to give none of the girls hugs and kisses. She did. She squatted a little bit and, excuse me, and did what she needed to do. And then, Quad and Angel arrived. Quad had on a really cute little blonde finger wave, probably quick wave, or it could have been a wig. I don't know, but it looked cute on her. It looked cute. All the ladies look nice. Toya comes in and says, Heavily and Jackie, don't feel underdressed. Y'all look just fine. I'm like, wait, what? I was like, wait a minute now. Hold on now. Why are you throwing shots at people? What's going on here? What's happening? So Dr. Jackie says, this brand name Biatch is always gonna have something to say if you're not wearing Gucci, Prada, Fendi, or something. Jackie said, girl, you better go get you some Zara. Girl. Back at the table, Jackie says, some of us professional women have more places to go than just to a party. Toya says, are you saying that the women that walked in aren't professional? Basically, all the ladies at the table. Jackie says, no, I'm just talking about you. Ooh, basically calling you you're unprofessional. You the only one that ain't got no job. I was like, ooh, yikes. And so Tay said, well, if professional means being you, then I would want to be me all damn day. And Jackie says, and I don't want to be you. Randy says, these girls ain't even said happy birthday to me before they can start coming for each of us, coming for each other. Toya said, let's bring the focus back to Brandy. Oh, let me put the girls up. So now we're all at the table. Add to add. My computer's acting crazy, y'all. Boom. All right. So now this is at the dinner party. We're at the dinner party. All the ladies have arrived. Y'all see everybody's there. So yeah, Toya said, let's bring the focus back to Brandy and her celebration. So she was like, let's get some shots. Let's get some shots. Let's shut them up. Let's do it. And so Heavenly, in bad taste, as she often does a thing that she does, just being Heavenly. She said, "Oh, her man says he's paying for my shot, so I can have as many as I want." So of course that made Contessa ears perk up. You said something about a husband paying for something, and what you say? And so looks toward so she looks towards Heavenly because Contessa looks towards Heavenly because we know Heavenly is being shady by saying that. Not only was she being shady by saying it, you're the one that said to Brandy that maybe she should tone it down and not mention that her husband did take care of the bill and all this stuff. That was something that Heavenly said. So for her to do that is like, girl, Oh, you're looking for a moment, and I hate that for you. Brandy says, he did and said you can have all the shots you want. I'll go into that. Toya says she loves this because she feels like Toya said she loved this because she feels like Contessa's party. They didn't really get a chance. Oh, okay. So I put Toya, but oh yeah, that was Toya. Toya did say it. Toya was like, I love this dinner party. Basically, she's like, I love this, because we get a chance to socialize and talk with one another. Because at a Contessa says, yeah, because that's the only negative thing about having a big birthday party. You don't get to spend any quality time with all your guests. So that's why the next morning, Contessa got up and cooked all day long and told the people that she did not get a chance to hug or spend time with, if they want to come over and eat with her the next day, that she was cooking. And not only was she cooking, the girl cooked from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. The ladies asked, where was Scott? She said, he was smoking his cigars. Annoying. Contessa says she likes to take care of people. Toya says, when somebody says what somebody should be, when some, what somebody should be taking care of you. Okay. I was like, wait, I forgot the comment, y'all. I was trying to run on my sentence. Anyway, Toya says, what somebody should be trying to take care of you. She says she agrees. She thinks that Scott paid for the party was him taking care of her. Brandy says she wants to bring it back to her because it's her birthday. So we get Brandy's husband and her kids on the phone. And so, hold on. Give me a hot sec. Okay, get back to my notes. So we get Brandy, she has her husband and the kids on the phone, and so she flips the phone over to everyone at the table, and she says, hey, this is my family. Can you see all the ladies? Everyone's saying hello, and Brandy tells her husband they wanted to say thank you. So the ladies all, say thank you. Everybody's saying thank you. Thank you. Hey, I see you on the phone. Hey, okay, thank you. It's so sweet. And oh my God, that was so nice of you. Thank you. So Brandy gets back on the phone. She sits down and now she's on her phone looking at her husband and talking to her husband. And Brandy says, thank you, baby. I love you. And then she says, and then she says it again. All right, baby. Thank you, baby. Thank you. All right, bye. And she says, all right, thank you. I wrote it just like she said it. I'm sorry. So Contessa says in her confessional, says, why she thanking him so much? It's not like we're in a real expensive restaurant. It wasn't like a lot of money. It wasn't a lot of money. So back at the table, Contessa is saying happy birthday to Brandy. This is an amazing dinner. That's what Contessa said. Let me pull up Contessa. This is her. This is Contessa. She's this is a nice birthday dinner. This is So this is she actually said this is an amazing This is an amazing dinner party. Simone says, yeah, we should eat before the food start getting cold. Brandy says, yeah, let's say a prayer. Contessa says, should we pray to God? Or should we, or no, she said, or should we pray to God or your husband for thanking him for the food? Where you going with that? Where you going with that, little lady? What do you mean praise my husband? I don't know if we should praise your husband for buying the dinner, or we sure ain't praising your husband for nothing. Show shady ass. Oh, Contessa, don't do that. Ooh, girl. So here comes Heavenly with the fake ass laugh and the high fives and first of all, you're fake. You're the one that told Brandy to tone it down. You're the one that said, Brandy, you think you should bring that up? While you sitting here cackling with Contessa, who is all in her feelings, and everybody knows she's in her fucking feelings. Ugh, y'all get on my nerves. Anyway, Brady said, you still in your feelings, but it's okay. Tell her, Brady, because that's definitely what she was. She was definitely in her feelings. Contessa says, we're thanking these husbands a lot and for basic shit. No, bitch. You're not basic. I didn't hear you thank your husband. I didn't hear you thank your husband for nothing. Y'all hear what I'm saying? There was no thank you for her husband. So now you're mad because somebody is thanking their husband for basic girl. She's funny. She's funny. She gets even funnier, y'all. Contessa says, we're in a strip mall. I'm like, girl, you are under the palm tree. You under the big palm tree. You in Georgia, they're not palm trees unless you're in Tiny and T.I.'s house. There ain't no palm trees in Georgia. Girl, get out of here. Out of here. So Contessa is feeling away, and everybody knows it because her husband did not do much for her. He did the bare minimum for her birthday. And like I said, did anybody see the birthday gift, or was there a birthday gift to be had? Did he even buy her anything? And I'm not saying he had to, but he should have. Giving us a story about her being like, Rose, if you don't get the fuck out of my face. Somebody says, here's the thing. My husband paid for this. Oh, Brandy said, here's the thing. My husband paid for this. He paid for everybody to come and have a good night. My husband is amazing. So I gave my husband his props. And I will tell anybody. So I'm sorry, Contessa, if that's a problem for you or anyone else. Contessa is Contessa Contessa says, I don't think I have a problem. Y'all the one think that I have a problem. Y'all the one with the problem. The ones with the problem. Y'all the ones with the problem. Did y'all hear my husband complain 1 minute about how much money I spent? Everybody said no. Contessa says the only thing that Scott did not do was plan it. But I'll be honest, if he would have did this for my part, I would have been underwhelmed. I would hope so, because this is a dinner party, not a party. This is where we're coming to have drinks and eat and be merry. That's what we're doing. This is not a party. There's no music going on. There's no dancing. There's no dance floor. What are you talking about, Contessa? Ugh! Weirdo bitch. I'm sorry to call you a bitch. I'm sorry. I've been drinking a little bit. I'm sorry. You're not a bitch. You're not. A bitch is a female dog, and you're not that. So you're not that. I'm sorry. She said this is not a birthday party. In her opinion, Brandy said, whoa, 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 whoa. Let's bring this back. Contessa said, it's not a comparison. What she had was a party. This isn't a party. This is a dinner party. Brandy said, this is getting out of hand. Brandy said, yeah, I spent zero. My husband paid for it. So Contessa goes into her little pocketbook. She goes into her little pocketbook, y'all, and she brings out a little wad of money, and she goes into her little pocketbook, her little purse, her little coin purse, her little change pocket, her little coin purse. She pulls out a lot of money, and she says, "I brought some money just in case." So I would have told her, "Girl, your intuition is on point, because girl, you need every bit of that money. Because my husband's not paying for your dinner. You ungrateful degenerate. you ungrateful. You pay for your own dinner. Since you got money to throw, you got money to boing. Since you got money to boing, go ahead. You boing your money, okay? Go ahead. I would have definitely let her ass have it, and she would have paid for her own dinner, where she could get up, and her dinner, her drinks, all of it. You're gonna pay for your own thing. You're not getting up over here talking mess to my husband, to me and my husband, and what he got going on, and how thankful I am. Girl, no. So in the confessional, Brandy said she is confused on why she brought this wad of money. And she said at her party, she wanted someone to do something nice for her. Brandy said, so here you go. It may not be from Scott, but you are getting wined and dined, and with this nice meal, and be grateful. So Toya says Contessa was upset. Contessa's like, what was I upset about, Toya? What was it? What was I upset about? Let me see what picture this is real quick. Oh, okay, my bad. Child. She's like, so what was I upset about, Toya? Toya said, you was upset about Scott not throwing the party for you. Contessa rolled her eyes and shakes her head. And she doesn't know why. She doesn't know why. Toya said, I don't know why you forgot this. You the one said it. Contessa starts talking and clapping her hands. I'm not sure why. I can't stand when they do that. I can't stand that. That's one thing I do. Don't clap and talk to me. Start clapping her hands and at the same time as saying, her throwing a party for herself. She just is so confused why everyone is so concerned about her, and her throwing a party. She says she makes just as much money as Scott. Contessa wants to know what kind of friends focus on the negative. Toya said, happy and eager to say, these, bitch. And I'm right with her. Yeah, we are. Toya, that always Toya said, yeah, because at the end of the day, you're always complaining um about your husband, Contessa. Um, and then Contessa's like, oh no, you be complaining about your husband. I was like, why are you talking with all that? I was like, what's wrong with her? Did y'all see that? She did it twice. No, it's her. I was like, who you wait, why you dipping your voice so low? It was weird, y'all. It was weird. It was just weird to me. That's just and so yeah, Toya was like, yeah, girl, it's okay that she's like when she was like, oh no, you talk about your husband a lot. She was like, yeah, bitch, and it's fucking okay. It's okay to talk about him. Um, so um Angel was um oh, I'm sorry. So it says, she was like, yeah, bitch, and it's okay. So now can we move on? Where's the cake? Angel was fine. Angel was like, I don't know. This must be how the ladies really act because she says in 1 minute they gonna be at each other's neck, and then the next moment they literally are going to be hugging. And if Contessa didn't get her weird self up, stand up and go hug on Toya right at this moment, I said, dang Angel, you got them down pat. You right. You absolutely right. So anyway, so she got up and gave her a hug. That was crazy. So Simone jumps in and she says, do you think there's ever a time where you are frustrated? And she was talking to Contessa. Contessa says, we've been married for 20 years, and if she spent all of her time on focusing on the negative, she would be like many of her other girlfriends who are single. She said, but maybe in the 30th year, he's gonna do uh some of the things that she's asked. Simone says, I've been married 29 years and hate to break the news to you, he's not gonna do anything. Um I don't know why, but can say it would be great if oh, so that's when not Toya, Contessa says, it would be great if he would buy me a Rolls Royce, but I like my ring better. So Qua was like, I get in this. You talk about a Rolls Royce and you talking about a ring. She's like, yeah, I got them both. I have a Rolls Royce and I do have a ring in my safe. But I also don't have a headache because basically she's not married. So, but she still was wondering how she got in that piece. I said, okay, I don't know how you got in there either, honey. But literally, that was funny. And so, Qua says some of y'all are married and don't even want to be damn married no more. So Simone ends up saying, uh, who at this table don't want to be married other than me? And Qua was like, well, why you say that? Wait. What? Yes, you do. No, yes, you do, Simone. And Simone says, you have no idea. And so Qua was like, no, Simone, don't say that. Don't say that. And it was just like, whew, you know, yeah. Some people, you know, you have to blurt things out sometimes just to get it off your chest. And the fact that she had did that, I was like, oh, Simone is in a bad. You know, she's at that tipping point. She's at that point where, look, bro, I don't want to bust your little stinking ass bubble, but check this out. If you don't get it together, you're going to make me go move in my condo, another condo all by myself. You're going to make me move into my condo all by myself, and you can go move in with your sons or your bros, whichever one you prefer to call them. So yeah, that's how they ended that's how they ended it. And I wasn't expecting Simone to say that because we've been down this road before. I say we, meaning her and her husband. And it's not a good feeling. Nobody wants to see nobody talk divorce, separation, or anything like that. Nobody wants to hear that, especially when you just said you guys been married 29 years. And I'm not saying stay together because y'all been together for 29 years. I'm just saying that's a long time, and it's just like, yikes. So yeah, that just kind of made me feel a way. So yeah, y'all, that was the episode 3, the Players Ball. I hope you guys enjoyed this long premiere. I'm sorry it was long. You know, I was having technical difficulties and doing things, and my computer wanted to run slow, but at least I was able to come back to you guys with my face for you guys and my 70s look. I hope you guys enjoyed my supposedly Afro puffs. Okay, this is supposed to be my Afro puffs and my 70s vest, and even my shirt has like little ruffles on it. I was trying to really be like giving you my 70s look, my hoop earrings, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, y'all, that's what I was trying to give y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed the recap, the review. I hope you guys join me for episode 4 that will be coming out sooner than later. Yeah, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Playback gang. Thank you guys for rocking with me as well, because without you guys, I'm not anything on these YouTube streets. It takes both of us. It takes me to make the content, and it takes you guys to watch the content in order for this thing to work. So again, thank you guys for coming to Club Cutiee, where everybody is VIP. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. Everybody is VIP. Y'all know after the club, you guys can go to the after hours. You guys can go home. You guys can go get you some food. You know how it goes after the club. Everybody do as they want after the club. But, you know, if you're going to go do your thing, you know, at least name the kid after me. Name the kid Cutiee. It goes both ways, boy or girl. Make it the middle name. I don't mind. Okay, so yeah, you guys have a good time. Happy New Year again. Because I did record this on New Year's, but I think I'm going to premiere it tomorrow because I have to get ready to go to bed. Okay, so Happy New Year's again. Thank y'all for rocking with me. I love y'all. No, for real, I love you guys. For real. So let's end this video. Let's see. Will it let me end it? Okay, hold on. Okay. Yes, we're gonna do that. All right, y'all. Love y'all. I'll see y'all later.
So let your hair down, get your life. You must be feeling like this your night. So do your thing, girl.